Ladies and gentlemen, I've been on the air a fair bit these days. I've got the Super Wrestling Power Hour. I got to go put my Robin Hood outfit on, put the hood on, put the mask on, off I go, shoot the arrow, and obviously a chat with Jay. A lot of guests, but this is the OG of my podcast, and with my soul sister and soul family here. This is Life Theoies, episode 7272 equals 972, whatever you want to call it. I'm going mad, and apparently I'm at a reasonable hour, and everyone's feeling that how I get up at 6 in the morning. How are you, Diana?
I'm good. Yeah, Jay and I finally switched our times. Usually it's him getting up at 6 a.m. and I'm in the evening because he's in Australia and I'm in the US. But this time we did a little switcheroo, so now it's like 7 a.m. for me, and it's later at 9 p.m. for
Yeah,
him.
9.
So,
We're watching. I'm actually, see, I've got my West Coast Eagles top. As you can see, that's my AFL football team for all you people over America this and everywhere else. Australian rules football. This is my team. They're playing. So if I start darting my eyes, well, left, whatever it is, my team's playing, and they're at the moment they're kicking the butt of the Essendon Football Club, who are a pack of you know whats. I can't stand them. Anyway, that's why you got a hated team, and that's one of them, and then that's them. Anyway, so we're talking about Life Theoies. Haven't been on here. Want to do a big shout out to our other OG family members. My brother from another mother, Cortez Medford, the big foundation, the man of semen, the man of semen as we call him. I can say what I want because I am a loose cannon, ladies and gentlemen. And the pixie, the one who hasn't found out how much power this girl's got, is just phenomenal. Sarah, we love you. We can't wait to see you again. We know you're moving and whatever else you're doing, but we can't wait to have your knowledge, your esoteric knowledge. And what about the great Solomon King, the man who looks over us? He was a wonderful man when I was in Houston. He looked after me after the bloody Hurricane Beryl. Love you, my brother from Houston. It's been a big couple of weeks, hasn't it? Like a couple of months. I mean, I've changed. I've moved house. I've got my own space. I've got my own aura, and just getting into myself. My intuition's gone up. I was saying with myself, I've actually come to the conclusion. This is an interesting part of life where you have to accept who you are. And I finally can actually say that I am a spiritual teacher, motivational coach, and health and wellness expert, or life strategist. We'll go one or the other. It doesn't matter which one I use. And it's funny, when I spoke to JT Fox about it last year, when I was saying it, I said it, but I didn't resonate with it because I didn't believe it. But for some reason, about, I don't know, maybe 5 weeks ago, you start to resonate the words that you're in, and all the teachings that you do, and things are coming in really, really quick. So tell us about your life, Miss Space Cadet.
yeah, it's been a while since we've come on here, and the last one, I know we did like a deep dive on a lot of what's being released now in the world, a lot of what's being exposed.
Yep.
So I mean, there is still a lot of that going on, and a lot. It appears that it's like that's chaos, and it is chaos. But I do believe that there is a divine order and everything, and I think we're really being tested on if we're gonna like stay on our path on these distractions. There's a lot of things that are being put out, I think, as distractions, and I think a lot of us are being tested on all different levels. I don't like to say we're always being tested, but in a way we kind of are. It's like, because we're here to raise the frequency of the planet, right? So we have these old attachments to old timelines, old ways of being, right? Like I think a lot of us are seeing that the way we've been living isn't in alignment, or the way the world programmed us to live isn't. So a lot of that is like letting go of a lot of it's just like unprogramming yourself and reprogramming yourself, right? So it's like
Yes.
living your
Yep.
most and a lot of it's through like just being authentic and just living a healthier, better life. And just, oh, I think a lot of us are seeing what we've been taught is not the full truth, or there's a lot of deception. So it's like a lot of us are seeking truth, but I think we also have to seek the
Yep.
truth within ourselves. What resonates with you. There's all this information out there, so it's like, what are we going to do with it, and what's the next step we can take to improve, and to get more into alignment with the life that we deserve and that we want to live. Because I think so many of us are just living way out of alignment, with our soul and with um our purpose even, and I think a lot of these things are put out the design to kind of keep you in that lower frequency, to keep you from going within, everything they want you looking outside when it's really like an inner journey, that's at least what I'm learning. And it can be tough because that's causing you to do a lot of shadow work and address old belief systems that have been holding you back, maybe trauma, heartbreak, like all these lower vibrations, things that we've had to endure in our lifetime. It's like a lot of it's just taking like more of an objective look and, choosing something different, which isn't easy when you've been doing things a certain way for a very long time. It's really easy to go into these old patterns, or ways of being. So I think it's a big wake up call for a lot of people. But I think this is part of the Great Awakening because people need to see in the age of Aquarius, right? People need to see the truth because the truth will set you free, right?
Yeah, I know. Look, at the end of the day, the first thing I know is when we're crossed over from the snake to the horse. That's number one. So you're jumping on the horse after you get rid of the snake. People, I know it's a universal law of a universal year of karma. So karma, good or bad, okay, and that's the way it is. Also, I've felt that people who are living in that higher echelon of esoteric living, however you want to put it, whether you're we'll call it. I watch Chant, White Lighter, whatever you want to call it, give Chosen One, whatever it may be, living in spirituality, are protected in a lot of ways. And also, I see that we are being delivered one way or the other. So if you are living in your heart chakra and you've done all that hard work, which we have for the last 5 years, you will be delivered that good karma, I think. And I know a lot of people are living in their ego, but the way I see it is people are living their true selves at the time, and also they're invoking their karma. Now, I just see a lot of people's attitudes change, the energies change, the auras change. It's amazing how it's all going. Personally, for me, I'm getting really into. I feel that I've ascended a lot and getting in touch with myself of who I am. And I've always been that spiritual person that believes in the universe, believes in the messages, believes that the source is connected. You are the source and you're getting connected and guided. The big thing for me is messages. Now, they're talking to me through things that open my mind. For example, Green Arrow. I watched the Arrow, right? Stephen Amell, right? That one. Now, it's real. I'll put it to your context. So you're at a certain level when you watch something, and then you're at another certain level when you watch it again. And the different messages you get, and classic example is the shift from Wayne Dyer. You can watch it at a different consciousness and get something from it every single time. I end up getting a guidance, and this is just, I think, a way that I've got to this point in my life, which is basically learning that the story of the Arrow was teaching me lessons that I need to learn personally. The characteristics that he had and developing is a characteristic that I am. So you got that teacher through what it is. So for example, could be a TV show or music or something like that that's giving you the message. So first 4 or 5 seasons of Arrow, you're looking at the way he was brought up. You're looking at that 5 years in purgatory. And then you look at the way you were brought up. It's so hard. You had that big struggle. It wasn't as painful, but mental pain is just shit. Let's be honest. And then you come to a point where you've come to a conclusion of some of the basic spiritual laws, like selective indifference, for example, just not having a real emotional reaction to something. You make a reaction to it, but not an emotional reaction. Okay, looking at the universal law of flow, let it happen, walking through, watch it looking wide, those kind of things. Also getting answers to things that you are saying, hang on, why does this keep coming at me? But then you have to be at a level to get that answer. So there's a lot of stuff esoterically that I'm picking up as well. Obviously, I've moved into a lot of the stuff that I like. I've got this motley crew. Yep, boys, love ya. Everything I've asked for in a band I've got. So there's a lot of, if you go through life and look at the stuff that is coming out at the moment, you'll find that you are getting a lot more than what you are, because we are channeled to say, right, we need money, we need this, we need that, we need to be fucking rock stars, we need to be bloody friggin' here, we need to be in front of people. I go to the point of people, being in front of a crowd is a bloody drug, all that kind of shit. But we have to look in within and say what we have and be really grateful. We've heard it all, but are we actually living it?
Yep.
There you go. If you have any questions, please send it to me on whitewarriorhealth@gmail.com or comment below. There you go. It's pretty deep. That's the amount of work I've been doing. That's the amount of work. And my mentor has given me this. Anyone seen this? The Melchizedek. Very interesting. I haven't.
Yeah.
Well, it's the next level of. I would say you do your Reiki level 3 master, which I am.
Oh, you have to do. Okay, I'm not there yet.
And then you move into this stuff, which is the advanced. So if you go through, say, you go into, say, you finish up high school, then you go into you've done your Reiki 3, which is your uni degree, then you go into your PhD, which is this. I'll tell you all about it when I read it. But I mean, my mentor saying you have to read it. I go, yeah, I know when to read it. I've always believed that you always guided when you need to do things, and then a message will come, and you always like. It's just weird that you watch things for so long and you have messages coming at you, and then you wonder why they are, and you say, "Oh, I know that," but you don't know. You don't really know. And when you do get the right answer, you feel the vibration that it was wrong and this is right. I've rambled.
I think it's like a spiral. I think you kind of like understand. I think you come back to deeper truths at different levels. Like maybe a year ago you saw the same information or the message, but maybe didn't connect. Like something kind of connected, but not really. But then sometimes you come back to it. It comes back to you. Like it all comes full circle, and then you understand it from like a deeper truth or something. It's kind of weird. It's hard to explain, but it becomes like synchronistic.
Well, I'll explain it for you. Old self versus new self. I had a chance last night. Okay, there was something that happened, and it could have triggered the old self. All right, I could clearly see that old me would have been. It would have been. What's the word I'm looking for? So I'm watching the footy again, and we've just got a push in the back. Another cheap free kick to Essendon. Yep. We'll get blasted on this podcast, all these Essendon lovers. I don't know what they... Anyway, get off that. I'll go have a rant about that later. But I had an opportunity. There was an opportunity for me to go back into my old self and understand where I went and understand who I was and what I was doing. And I think the big thing is I had that opportunity. I did feel it for about a second, and then I just prospectively changed the choice of how I feel. And yes, it was uncomfortable in the new self, but I did it and I changed perspective. It was much better.
Yeah,
it was hard. It was hard.
I think that's a big sign of growth when you can look at something that maybe really triggered you before and you don't have the same reaction. Either it's neutral, or maybe for me, when I'm learning, is to get more like curious about it. Instead of me getting triggered and judging myself, I'm asking, why am I feeling this way? Like, why is this coming up for me? And that's kind of part of the shadow work too. Like you're facing like what's underneath all that. Why am I, or maybe you didn't even like vocally react or show a sign of reaction, but maybe inside it gives you that little,
Well, this is the thing.
It might still give you something.
This is exactly right. No, but when you go into a situation that you were in before and you damn well know it because you've gone up a level where you can actually feel your half yourself, your old self to your old new self, and go, I'm okay. It's like I won't touch that hot water again. Okay, touch the hot water when hot. It went hot. It burnt me. I won't do it again. But then there's that then you go into the emotional stuff, right? Like they talk about human connection, food, all that kind of crap that makes you feel good. All right? All those old feelings, those old subconscious feelings that you've gone, that feels like absolute shit. Mm-hmm. I don't want to do that again. But I don't want to take that step and trust that this will come out. Just trying to get a real wording of it. You're basically going into your old self and say, I'm not going to do it, and do the opposite.
I know all about that. I can tell you about that.
But it's friggin' hard work. I tell you, people go, it's easy. I go, no, it's damn well not. No, it's damn well not.
That's a big step when you're there, and just being aware. Well, first, the first step is being aware of the pattern in general, but then when you can
Yep.
actually look at it dead in the face and have a different response or reaction or choose a healthier habit, like that's when I was dealing with like addictions and stuff. That was a big sign of that growth, when instead of going to that whatever the addiction is, there's so many addictions we all deal with, just because someone
Mm.
isn't doing drugs or alcohol doesn't mean there's so many other things that are like
What
addictive,
about
like
well,
drama,
yeah.
food. Like, I mean, I could go down the list. Like, and people don't understand. Like, it's like a habit. It's a behavior. It's a pattern. It's a thought, feeling, and like action. It's like so you have to put like a wrench in that, and you have to kind of shift it another way. For me, it's just channeling. The energy's there for me. It hasn't gone away. That old Diana, that old whatever addict, whatever word you want to
The
use.
whole reaction to what it is, so you get a
But I have
reaction to
different
say,
response. Yeah, we're just
so you,
responding from a higher frequency. It's like a higher, more aware. Like I'm choosing this.
oh,
Okay, yeah,
you got your little self, your little shadow there, whatever it is, and then you've got your true self, which is now, and then you're really coaching each other, aren't you?
yeah.
That's pretty much it. And oh, look, I'm very proud of my big victory last night. It was very good. It was very, very good. Um, just thinking off the top of my head, another reason, another way it happened. Yeah. So if you actually, the way I want to describe it is, you will feel that once you get into your heart and you feel that old self, you feel that person that you were, that little boy, that little girl, that hurt person, and you actually stand up straight and you just go, nah, stuff this shit. It's gonna be crap because no one wants to do it, but when
Might
you
feel
do it,
very
you do feel better.
uncomfortable. You might even feel a little bit pulled because you were that way for so long. But the fact
Yes.
that you can choose something different, I don't give a shit if it's just a slightly better choice. And you have to give yourself credit and reinforce that within you, like positive reinforcement. Like give yourself credit, pay attention when you go, wow, I just did that. Like celebrate. You have to kind of give like your brain like a reward chemical. I know I kind of go
It's
back.
not
I
even a
kind of
reward. I don't even think it's a reward chemical. I just basically go and say, stuff this shit. I don't want to feel like that anymore.
there you go.
And
Yeah.
and look, if it doesn't go, look, okay, let's make a classic example of self-esteem and not feeling good enough. Okay, you got a friend of yours. You're the good friend. You're the people pleaser, which I was, which is a load of shit. And then someone's gone and come up. All right, someone's come with a bit of money. All right, buying off someone. So you got your friend's gone to your mate, gone to this other bloke's got lots of money. Do you trust that he'll give him the flick and come back to you because you're an honest person instead of just going trying to buy people with money? You just go, and then what you would go? Oh well, you know what? I've got integrity. I've done what I've done. I don't need if he. I believe that he'll come to me, but if he doesn't, I can always piss him off. You know what I mean? If he does take the money, that shows what kind of person he is. You just got to be able to trust and be able to take that hurt. It's simple as that. And you could say that with relationships, men and women relationships, all those kind of things. And I think that's where we have a major issue in life where, and we all do it, I've done it, where, you're afraid of getting hurt, putting your heart on the line in any way. But then, you could take your heart and do it for yourself. And once you love yourself more, you can actually take that jump a lot better.
And I think we also have to be accepting of like I think what I'm really learning and what everyone has to learn is like I can't control how that person is going to act. No matter how much I've changed, even if I've elevated, like it doesn't. We have no control over how someone else is going to think, feel, or act or respond to us. So like you just have to kind of stay in integrity with being on your path and just staying authentic and true to yourself. Taking the higher road even sometimes, even if other people aren't going to change and or aren't they might even upset you a little bit. You just have to kind of just be okay and just set the necessary boundaries as needed, and just stay on your path and stay what you're doing, stay on what you're doing. It can be easy to get sucked back into like old dynamics where you're feeling maybe not so good or maybe unworthy, like you said. It's just like, or just like that person's never going to change. And that just, some people aren't going to change, but we've changed. And that's what's important, and you just have to keep on that path.
Absolutely. I think that the constant work is very lonely and very, when you go into silence, you're very lonely with a lot of things. And I think you get away, you love to be a part of the pack, but I think you have to be away and regenerate a lot and understand your community, your communication style and who you actually connect with as well. I think it's a really, really big thing. And if you don't connect with the person, there's really no way of going around. But it's how you react and go, okay, I don't really want to do much with this person anymore because we're over it. But
Raising your frequency, yeah. So like people fall out of
yeah,
alignment, and it's very clear when you start to do this inner work, shadow work, whatever, healing, whatever you want to say, and raise your frequency. It becomes very obvious to people that aren't, and it's not in an egoic way, like, oh, I'm better than this person, I'm evolving, and they're not. It's not that. Just people
no, I'm
are at
coming
different
straight.
levels
Okay,
of consciousness.
I'll go it this way. Stuff this
Okay.
shit. I don't want to hang around bloody dickheads like that because they're low of a frequency. They might be a friend and they've got lower frequency. I don't wish anything bad on them, but why the hell would I go and worry about bloody going down to that level? Once I have it, whereas do I want to go down to that bloody level again? No, I don't.
You don't
wish
want to go
anything bad.
back. Yeah, you've already
No,
like
it's
gone
right.
past it. So it's like it's gonna feel real weird when you go past. I had that happen too when I was first recovering from addiction and stuff. When I tried to return to old people or environments or whatever that maybe were still in that lifestyle, or maybe just not even that, just not trying to grow. Like it felt uncomfortable. It almost felt like out of place. Like what the hell am I doing? And you look around, and you're like. But that's a great thing. Also, even though it can feel lonely, it can feel kind of weird. But it's like that shows that you've grown, and the more you can continue to do that, you'll start to attract better situations and people because you'll be at a different frequency. But you have to understand you existed at a certain level for a long time, so you're kind of like you go through that weird like transition period where it's like kind of like your old world and your new world because you're not like fully in the new world because you've started to take steps, but maybe it's not fully manifesting your reality because you were that old version and that was your
Well,
energy for so long. So like
yeah,
there's definitely a transition, like a shift period. You have to just stay consistent through the shift. You have to just keep
you have to
going.
have support. I think, as I
Yeah.
said, our soul family, you, me, we'll be stuck together forever. The support we had, the original, the OGs of this group,
Yeah.
and then you had you.
Go look at our old episodes, guys. If you ever want to check it out, if you go back to episode 1, you'll see how much we've changed. I mean, I was at I think my parents' house at the time. I was maybe fresh out of rehab or whatever, or going through,
And God, no, yeah. And I used to
just going
swear
through
like an
stuff.
absolute bloody. I used to swear
Yeah.
like a trooper just because I could, and it was because I understood anger, and it was just anger and frustration. I could swear and tell everyone to get stuffed now, and I just sit there and laugh about it. But look at the mannerisms. Look at
We
how
look
much work.
different.
Yep.
And even the things we talked about and we cared about. I'm not saying they weren't relevant or weren't valid, but they were very different. The quote unquote problems or things we were working through than we are now. It's definitely you can see like the shift, and you can watch. I mean, go watch any of the episodes. I mean, really, but if you really want to go back, have a throwback, look and it just shows all the growth we've had.
Censorship, which I had an issue literally just uploading my last video. That video of me and you, Sarah.
Our Life Theoies video.
It wouldn't even allow me to write my status. After I'd write watch before deleted, it would literally take me out. And it took me about 12 attempts to do it, right? So it's up there now. Everyone, go and watch that before they delete it. But yeah. So censorship, the old pokeroo, which we all know what that is, and we just got to be very careful with certain terms and certain words we use because we know the algorithms are there. Like, we're here from Diana. What are your thoughts, Diana? What's your knowledge?
Well, it's a little bit in the U.S. It's a little bit different over here. I've seen some of what's going on over where you guys are at, but the thing I'm having problem with is all the information, like the laws. Well, first of all, they're always changing the requirements. The news every day, like there's something changing constantly. So, and then when if you look on Google, everything's hidden in the algorithms. People are censored, so it's hard to really find the truth. So when I was like researching stuff before this video, like I'm not even able to like. There's so many different sources. I don't know what's the truth and what's not, and the algorithm I know are hiding a lot. So it makes it very difficult for everybody. So people here are like doing their fact checks. They're checking and the sources aren't even, we don't know it. So it's so convoluted over here.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that, everyone's going, watch Squid Game. I go, I'm looking at it going, mind control. There you go.
But that's what they're good at doing that. You see, they're good at doing that, and they're good at feeding us things. So when they do actually come to reality, we don't really question it because we're used to it by then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a way to decondition you and desensitize you to what they're trying to do. If you put it in the person's face every day, just a little tiny bit, just a little tiny bit, just a little tiny bit, by the time it actually rolls out into real life, it doesn't seem like much of a surprise. And it's like, oh, I'm used to this already.
I'll go one step further.
And I can accept it.
I'll go one step further. You've got all these great things we have in life, which should be free, and you should be able to do it, without any issue.
Yeah.
But take those things away. Even simply, let's simply go to the hairdresser. I know people are stressing about not going to the hairdresser. That's something simple you should be able to do without any issues in life, but they make it difficult.
Yeah.
Who's seen They Saw? Is it They Saw or They Lived? They Lived. They Lived. It's an old film, right?
You talking about the one with Roddy Piper?
Is it the one where they put the sunglasses on, and when he puts the glasses on, he can see all the shots?
I think it's with Roddy Piper, Roddy Piper, the bloody wrestler.
Yeah,
I love movies with him.
Listen, this film is spot on because he finds these box and it's got all these glasses in it, right? And he puts them on, and he's standing in the city, and he puts them on in the city, and all like the big banners and everything, it all says obey, consume, buy more. And when he takes them off, it's just normal shop signs, and he puts them back on and it says consume, buy. And then he walks past certain people, and certain people are normal, and then certain people will look like skeletons. It was like it was symbolizing the reptilian bloodline, basically. I'm not going to go into but yeah, really good. It was a really good film because it literally just showed you exactly what's going on. And as we said, they have to show you, and they enjoy
predictive programming. Yeah. It's so like blatantly in our faces, and even like the Matrix movies. I mean, all this isn't fine. The Matrix just came. The new one. The new one wasn't that good though. I didn't really like the new one. I just saw, but
I heard it was garbage.
Yeah.
Don't spoil it. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, that's all.
Now they're coming out to say they're real. Now, if you haven't already researched Project Bluebeam, then I suggest you go research that, because Project Bluebeam is a project that the government I say the government, it might be the CIA, you don't know, it might be MI5, I don't know what corporation it is, but it's a project to fake a false alien invasion. So
yeah, I've heard about that too.
So to do that, you have to first get the collective comfortable with knowing that we're not alone.
G'day guys, Ben Cousins here. I'd like to introduce a 40-year foundation member of the West Coast Eagles, best-selling author, motivational coach, and global podcast host. With decades of insight and energy, he will inspire you with words and life stories. Give a warm welcome to Jay Stephenson.
With 200 plus podcast episodes, 100 plus inspiring guests, 10,000 plus YouTube views, and a community tuning in with 250 plus monthly downloads, Jay has built a platform dedicated to helping people find their courage, their purpose, and their best selves. For 28 years, he has shaped lives as a physical and wellness educator, a best-selling author, and the first accredited DDP yoga practitioner in Australasia. He's walked red carpets with some of the world's finest, yet he stays grounded, following his own yellow brick road, inviting you to walk beside him, reminding you that your Oz is within reach. Jay is the hype man for the world, fueling dreams, igniting mindsets, and proving that even from fear, we can rise into something limitless.